there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, love is not a work.
Did WWE consider having Jey Uso beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam?
WWE Tag Team getting repackaged.
And a Raw star gets a slight WWE name change. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
And if you noticed the callback at the beginning of the video, I love you very much. Much like Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews love each other.
This is nice.
This is nice. They're getting married. Hey, good for them. They shared this last night. They did Instagram posts kind of revealing it. At the same time, I think, simultaneous. I don't know. I wasn't awake, but I woke up and the thing was there. Rhea posted a photo of her and Buddy hanging out. The engagement ring is right there. Is that the right finger? I don't even know. Shows how prepared for this I am. Caption 1000% yes, pure effing happiness. Buddy, meanwhile, posted a shot of them kind of sitting on a big chair, saying my sunshine in the sunshine. So they're in Cocoa Beach, Florida, chilling up in there. So that's cool. It's lovely. Yeah, it's very Florida. I love it. Not many alligators on the beach.
Yeah, Gator's going to be the vicar at the wedding.
The ring bearer.
Yeah.
Boom. Imagine that, sludging down the ramp. Obviously, they went public with their relationship last May. Maybe they've been together longer. Who the heck knows? That's their business. Obviously, they straddle different companies. Rhea is one of the most over-popular best things in WWE. Yeah. Women's champion, Raw, Judgment Day. Great stuff across the board. Buddy is Trios champion in AEW. They're both doing really well. He's fighting CM Punk at the weekend, so that's pretty cool. Trios title defense.
That Trios match.
Obviously, you've got to lean into the meme with this story. In the mud. Sorry, Dom. You lost. Look, all seriousness, I think people should be a bit nicer to Buddy Matthews on the internet.
Yeah.
That being
Maxcast is one thing.
Yes. 5 million people at once going, Dom. Sometimes it's not nice. Leave Buddy alone. That being said, congratulations to them. They both rule, and this rules.
Yeah, just lovely. What culture loves love? That's what we always say.
Love. And the house always wins.
And the house always wins.
Shouts to Stephen Lewis.
More on Dominic Mysterio when we get to the X questions a little bit later on. But just really happy for them. And I don't think they will, because I think WWE aren't this wasn't like when Lana and Rusev were split up and then they're like, you've ruined this bloody storyline. Everyone kind of knows, she's not really shagging Dom. So I hope this doesn't affect anything. On either side of things. Maybe the House of Black could ostracize Buddy Matthews. There's no love in the House of Black.
What's this?
Except we just love violence. That's what we like. And bloody really loud music, don't we, Brody? Yeah, we do.
Pretty sure Brody's married with kids.
So
maybe
What else do you love? What else do you love, Brody? Trucking fools.
Killing people.
But just really happy for both of them. Applications are open now. There's a space opened up. If you love a bad boy,
there he is. There is some funny stuff, right? If Rhea's wearing the engagement ring on TV, there's some funny stuff.
I'd lean into it 100%.
Yeah. Just don't rile the freaks online. But
Good luck walking that tightrope.
Drop your congratulations down in the comment section below. Please be normal. Please.
Right, moving on. Did WWE consider having Jey Uso be the guy to beat Roman Reigns, take the world title from him, and become the tribal chief at SummerSlam? No. Not a real surprise, this story, but nice to have it sort of verified by Dave Meltzer. He was on Maguire on Wrestling talking all about this and said that he hadn't heard anyone talking about Uso dethroning Reigns as a possibility. They've also got several months. I know obviously Roman's injured right now. We're still waiting on a report on that. He's going to appear on SmackDown on Friday, possibly to address all that. They do have several months worth of plans for Roman as Universal Champion going forward. Meltzer basically said, look, a bit like Sami, a bit like Cody, despite the groundswell of support, WWE have stuck to their plan and they've kind of been justified with everything so far, with the Sami stuff, even with the stuff with Cody post-WrestleMania 39. Roman Reigns, today I think it is, 1,075 days as champion, which is preposterous in the modern era. Me and Hamlet talked a little bit about this yesterday regarding the last thing that WWE should do in the world is have him vacate that title.
Yeah.
I'd have him just subvert the rules and not defend it for 4 months if necessary. But yeah, no real surprise that it wasn't Jay that they thought was going to be the guy. It's always felt like Cody, and it always will, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got bought into Jay taking the title at SummerSlam. You saw a lot of this was always Jay's story, calling back to the original feud that started this whole thing off. Lest we forget, and that was a believable narrative, and I think it's really cool that so many people around the WWE fandom bought into that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't think he was going to win it, and that's how it panned out. I think it does make more sense for Cody to go to Mania and take the title if that's what they're going to do. It's an ever-evolving cycle with this stuff, and it's totally right as well. The Cody loss at Mania felt like it inspired more outrage isn't the word, but maybe like confusion.
Yeah.
Than the Jay Jimmy turn, all of that stuff. And we got over that pretty quickly. I think there's a great chance that we get to whatever the next big SmackDown angle is, right? If it's this week with the Roman Reigns appearance, if it's a couple of weeks from now, we get this next big acclaimed angle, it pops 3 million viewers, it does incredibly well, and everyone's forgotten about it. I think that's the likeliest outcome.
Yeah.
Not that makes me think that the tag team split at the pay-per-view was like a genius creative move or anything, but if business holds, they win.
And as we reported yesterday, some in creative want to take that Jimmy versus Jay feud all the way through till WrestleMania, which is 30 odd weeks away. So good luck with that. But
if they can do it,
I'm a hypocrite because I sit here and say you should do more long-term storytelling, WWE. So we'll see how that plays out. But WWE deserves credit for making us believe in the likes of Sammy and Jay, because I think generally it's always been Cody. And so the fact that people bought into it, that's some good booking.
And you know what you should buy into?
Oh.
Subscribing to the channel. Won't cost you a penny, apart from the energy expended to click that button. Helps us a lot. Thank you so much.
Ring the bell.
Ring
ding, ding.
Da bell. Let's move on to Da Story, which I forgot. Repackaged tag team, WWE.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Maximum male models. What? Anyway, Sean Ross Sapp of Fivefold tweeted this yesterday. So I guess it can kind of be a report. He was quote tweeting Humble Wrestling, saying there was internal discussion of repackaging them a couple of months back that picked up again this weekend when I talked to people in Detroit. I thought they were very good. They were good as is, very entertaining duo. In June, Fightful Select reported similar. We talked about it on the channel, about how Vince was initially quite high on the group but didn't want them to become flamboyant, was the word used. That was the exact word. Yeah, Vince. Massey and Mansoir, they've barely been on TV since Maxine jumped over to I almost called them Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy, American Alpha. I get confused all the time, even though one's on TV every week and one hasn't been on TV in 6 years. But shout out to Jason Jordan, doing a great job.
Yeah.
They've barely
featured.
Manchester
SummerSlam, wasn't he?
He is, yeah.
Good for him.
Rave reviews as
Sorry,
well.
got off topic.
Last TV tag team match that Maximum Male Models had was on Main Event in March, ages ago. So clearly, there's not much going on with these guys. Look, I love the gimmick. I think it's a fun, lower card, entertaining, kind of jobbery thing, and you need those. It reminds me, obviously, the fashion aspect of it, but it's similarly entertaining to the Fashion Police.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago. I thought they leaned into it really well. I'm curious to see what they do with them next, but I thought this was just a really entertaining mid-card act, and I'm quite sad that it's over.
Yeah, question, Andy. How do you improve on perfection? Because, you know, like you say, I was a huge fan of Breezango. I love the Iconics. These were another tag team in that sort of vein, just a fun tag team. And let's not forget, like you say, they were the perfect jobber tag team. Because you didn't necessarily think, oh, they're going to kick some people's ass. But you're always intrigued to see them wrestle and see what silly nonsense they got into. They had the spot where they put in the camera, all right? So that they've got a thing. And then you could just beat them like a drum and no one would think any less of them. Whereas if you'd say, like, they've been beating the Viking Raiders quite a lot recently, right? They shouldn't be jobbers because they think they're fucking Vikings and look at the size of them. I don't know. I'll wait and see, because WWE's been far better recently in terms of developing talent. But man, they've got a mountain to climb for me in terms of how you make a better tag team than Maximum Male Models, especially because all that awesome .com exclusive stuff when they had Maxine involved.
They made the most of it. They really did. You know what would be fun? If we ever get another Seth Rollins heel run, which we were, Seth Rollins goons, baby.
Yes!
Perfect fit. They all wear stupid clothes.
That's a really good show.
Why not? That could work.
Or make a male Karens with Chelsea Green.
That's actually really good as well.
That's maybe you have something there, WWE.
Oh boy, let's do it. But yeah, I like
Best
them.
of luck to them. I hope it goes well because I think they clearly throw themselves into everything that they're given. So best of luck to both Marseille and Mansoir.
Good for them.
So they might be changing names, presumably, possibly as part of this.
Big Mace.
Speaking of slight name changes, PW Insider reporting that Bronson Reed's changed his name. Well, sort of. He just put Big at the beginning. We've sort of seen this one coming. They were layering it on quite thick on Raw in recent weeks. He is now, Big Bronson Reed, just as you've got Seth freaking Rollins and people like that. That's going to be doing the same rounds as that.
Some would say Bronson Reed, the second best big man in this business.
After?
You decide.
Ah!
I don't want to commit to that. There's so many good ones.
Yeah, he's great though. I love Bronson Reed. Obviously, he came back sort of aligned with The Miz for about a fortnight and then had a never-ending feud with Ricochet and Shinsuke where no one actually won. But it doesn't take a lot to re-establish him, and I think they've clearly got plans for him because they put the word big, the moniker big at the start of him. So yeah, Cole and Barrett will be saying that on a weekly basis. They'll be hammering it home. But hopefully, this is a sign of a push coming for Bronson Reed.
Brody King is the answer, by the way, for number one.
Yeah,
the alliterative nicknames have been picking up in recent weeks, especially on Raw. Big Bronson Reed becoming his full-on ring name.
Big Bill.
Big Bill. We could have a fight to see who gets the right to the word big. Big Bill loses and just becomes Bill. Mean.
You could have a hologram Notorious B.I.G. performance.
Notorious.
Alongside Hardy.
Oh, God.
It's the crossover we all want.
Well, Hardy is, I don't know. I was going to say something about him being really influential, but I don't want to insult the Notorious. I'll insult the Beatles. I'm not insulting Biggie.
Hey.
Yeah.
Don't go near Biggie and certainly don't go near Hardy.
Beatles were a band for they were releasing songs 50 years ago. How have they not come up with a single riff in all that time? Not one breakdown. Losers.
So
anyway.
he's called Big Bronson Reed now.
Yeah, Big Bronson Reed.
Right, let's move on to your X questions. At WhatCulture WWE on that weird social networking program if you want to get involved. You can follow him at Andy H. Murray. You can follow me at Adam Wilborn, by the way.
H stands for homunculus.
He does. Mark Solid gives us a question of the day. He knows the cheat code. He's put a picture of his dog Apollo. First of all, good dog.
And tweeted you between 8 and 9 in the morning.
Exactly. Morning legends. Apollo says hi. Congrats to Mammy and Buddy, which will sound odd out of context, but yes, that was our first story. Thoughts on who should beat Dom for his North American Championship and what is his role in their wedding too?
He's gonna be the guy who stands up and goes, "I object," and then he's gonna get thrown out by the House of Black.
Oh yeah, but if he says, "Speak now, forever hold your peace," and he says, "I object," and just as he does that, he gets trucked by Brody King.
Or Julia Hart punches him in the face.
Yeah,
that'd be flipping great. With the tremendous hat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Awesome. He stands up to object, and then she stands up, and no one can see him.
Yeah, this is it. The hat just obscures.
Who should? That's a good question. Who
Dragon
should be
Lee.
Him? Dragon Lee.
He
yeah.
got screwed the other week.
Yeah.
He's great. It makes sense. He can't. This idiot can't tell the difference between him and Axiom.
That was quite a good bit. I'll say that. Axiom's another good shout. Obviously, ridiculously talented. Nathan Fraser, if he's fed up of doing Heritage Cup bollocks. That was a weird one on NXT the other night. Noam Dar lost the fake Heritage Cup and as a result got a shot at the real one. What?
That's how it works.
But we talked about this on the NXT review podcast yesterday, WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from. I also quite like the idea because Mustafa Ali won a match and said, I've got next.
Yes.
I like the idea of him out-cheating Dominic Mysterio. It's going to be a tough battle that.
I also wouldn't mind seeing him get tabled by the best wrestler in WWE today.
How do we miss him?
How do you miss Von Wagner, man? He's the greatest.
Hey, Dijak. Take your sunglasses off. You're inside. I love Von Wagner. And Robert Stone, too.
He's the best big man in this business.
Yeah, who, Robert Stone? Justin Roberts says, morning from across the pond, gentlemen. If Orange Cassidy hosts an open challenge at All In, who should challenge for his title and why should it be Grado?
I mean, if you're going to make, to make the argument in good faith or whatever, Grado would be over huge and would get an incredible pop and everyone would sing Madonna and it would be a fun time. I don't know who I think Orange Cassidy should face.
I thought he was
however.
facing Moxley, and then that's sort of all gone quiet now, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, they murderized him on Rampage along with the rest of Best Friends, so maybe that was a sell, kind of.
R.I.P. Sue's car.
Yeah.
Sue!
There you go. Done.
Why would he fight? Why would she fight Orange Cassidy?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I've got that twisted in my head.
Maybe Sue's been corrupted by the Blackpool Combat Club.
Is there anyone with a famous British person? What about the cast of Blue Peter?
Blue
Who does Blue Peter now?
Tim, what's his name?
Richard Bacon still doing it, or
Tim, what's the guy?
Minchin?
No, Tim Vincent.
Tim Minchin would be good.
You have no shoes, it'd be weird. He's a freak. A good freak.
Who could?
Stuart Miles.
Gallagher brothers?
Connie Huck.
Connie Huck?
Yeah.
She married to Charlie Brooker?
She is, yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on? Shouts to Connie Huck and Charlie Brooker. Madonna.
Stephen, what's his name? Mulhern. I'm just going obscure British celebrities now.
Andy Peters.
What about... Oh, God. I was about to say, I don't know, some sort of British newsreader, but we'll avoid that topic and move on instead to Orange Cassidy versus Jonathan Ross.
I think Grado's a better option than all of these.
Yeah. But it is weird that he's not been booked on the card yet, because it felt like that feud was going somewhere.
I think they're going to do him and Moxley.
Yeah.
Still. Yeah.
But you don't need to be an open challenge, obviously, there. I'd rather have Mox challenge Orange Cassidy and him accept by going, Final question today comes from Jake.
Right.
How about this for wild booking, Andy? Adam Cole wins at Wembley, sending fans home happy with a babyface win at their biggest show ever. Then, CM Punk versus Adam Cole to combine the titles, where Punk finally turns heel to win the title back. Punk has stated that he wants to face Adam Cole, and there isn't a nicer person in Binner to turn heel on.
I think that they're going to keep it on MJF, and they're going to do Punk versus MJF as pure as possible later down the line. So that's why I would kind of rule this out, perhaps. But it's not the worst idea I've ever heard, certainly. Sorry, that sounds like dismissive. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to get to Punk versus MJF, and it's going to be like a pure thing where MJF has been the champion all this time, and Punk, his old rival, has this fake belt or whatever, and they do it that way. To me, that's a bit more straightforward.
Chicago or no? Too soon?
Too soon for me. Yeah, I think Cole and MJF should split up anytime soon. I know they've got the match at Wembley, but look, people love this storyline.
The tension is palpable, Like even last night when they just shoved each other, and you're like, no,
don't do it.
Past Grumpy Roderick Strong was like, go on, do it, I'm bloody Grumpy Roderick Strong, I bloody hate you. I think was it Sean Ross Sapp? Someone I saw tweeted, what is the kayfabe reason for flying Roderick Strong out to every wrestling show if he's still got the neck brace?
Oh yeah, good
just
point.
to be grumpy.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's worth it every single week. No! What was he called him? Taylor Swift mid-bitch or something. I don't know. Something along those lines, wasn't it?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Actually, I watched...
That's who should challenge Orange Cassidy.
Taylor Swift.
She'll probably be doing like Capital's Ball or whatever it's called, the big shows.
Charging $5 million.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed
Sheeran with a guitar shot aligns himself with Jeff. Jesus Christ. Tony, get us on the booking committee, let me tell you right now.
How to ruin Jeff Jarrett. Make him hang out with Ed Sheeran. Jeezy.
No, it'd be like that thing in Family Guy. It'd be like, Jeff, did you get slightly more bearable because you stood next to Ed Sheeran? I've interviewed Ed Sheeran. He's a nice bloke.
I'm sure he's nice.
Fellow redhead.
Yeah, I'm sure he's nice.
More riffs than the Beatles.
That's debatable. That's highly debatable.
That's the line. I knew we'd find it eventually.
Ed Sheeran, there's two artists that can compare to the Beatles in like the lack of riffs.
Go on.
Ed Sheeran and Imagine Dragons. That's it. Nickelback
Right.
have at least one riff.
Tell you what's far better than all of them. This video right here. Bye.